Blizzard has just broken their silence on the Hearthstone Hong Kong situation. I have covered it in a couple of videos now, 3 to be exact. I have been following this situation pretty closely because it has been a very important topic to me. But they just released a statement, of course, on a Friday at the end of the work week by J. Allen Brack, the president of Blizzard Entertainment. So I really wanted to read through it, give you my thoughts, and of course it will be linked in the description so you can really read it in depth yourself. It is titled Regarding Last Weekend's Hearthstone Grandmasters Tournament. Hello, Blizzard community. I want to take a few minutes to talk to you all about the Hearthstone Grandmasters Tournament this past weekend. On Monday, we made the decision to take action against a player named Blitzchung and 2 shoutcasters after the player shared his views on what's happening in Hong Kong on our official broadcast channel. At Blizzard, our vision is to bring the world together through epic entertainment, and we have core values that apply here. Think globally, lead responsibly, and importantly, every voice matters, encouraging everybody to share their point of view. I don't know if I particularly believe that at this point. They say every voice matters, yet we did see what happens to Blitzchung when he had spoken out about his thoughts on the situation. But continuing on, the actions that we took over the weekend are causing people to question if we are still committed to these values. We absolutely are, and I will explain. I'm just saying, you should not have to explain if you are committed to these values. With every move a company the size of Blizzard makes, it should be very prominent in what they do and in their statements. Our esports programs are an expression of our vision and our values. Esports exists to create opportunities for players from around the world, from different cultures, from different backgrounds, to come together to compete and share their passion for gaming. It is extremely important to us to protect these channels and the purpose they serve, to bring the world together through epic entertainment, celebrate our players, and build diverse and inclusive communities. First, our official esports tournament broadcast was used as a platform for a winner of this event to share his views with the world. We interview competitors who are at the top of their craft to share how they feel. We want to experience that moment with them. Hearing their excitement is a powerful way to bring us together. Over the weekend, Blitzchung used his segment to make a statement about the situation in Hong Kong. In violation of rules he acknowledged and understood, and this is why we took action. I do understand in this situation that yes, he does have a signed contract and he knew the rules. He knew that he was violating those rules, of course. But again, I've said I thought that the punishment was very harsh, very disproportionate, especially firing the casters, but we will get into that in just a minute. The changes that they have made. Every voice matters, and we strongly encourage everyone in our community to share their viewpoints in the many places available to express themselves. However, the official broadcast needs to be about the tournament and be a place where we are all welcome. In support of that, we want to keep the official channels focused on the game. Second, what is the role of the shoutcasters for these broadcasts? Of course, it says we hire them to amplify the excitement of the game. Part of thinking globally, leading responsibly, and every voice matters is recognizing that we have players and fans in almost every country in the world. The specific views expressed by Blitzchung were not a factor in the decision we made. I want to be clear, our relationships in China had no influence on our decision. I honestly think that this is the most bullshit statement out of this whole release. I think that they absolutely took into consideration their relationship with China and Chinese companies. They are a United States corporation that chose to side with their Chinese investors, and it's pretty blatantly obvious at this point. Okay, what could Blizzard have done better, and where do we go from here? This is the part that really matters. Over the past few days, many players, casters, esports fans, and employees have expressed concerns about how we determine the penalties. We've had a chance to pause, to listen to our community, and to reflect on what we could have done better. In hindsight, our process was not adequate and we reacted too quickly. I agree with this. I think that they should have just stopped when it happened, really thought about the decision that they wanted to make, and then they would not have had to backpedal because they reacted too quickly. We want to ensure that we maintain a safe and inclusive environment for all of our players and that our rules and processes are clear. All of this is in service of another important Blizzard value: play nice, play fair. Okay, sounds pretty cheesy, but in the tournament itself, Blitzchung played fair. I am glad that they are saying this, so that people do not misconstrue that there were other problems in the game. We now believe he should have received his prizing. We understand that for some, this is not about the prize, and perhaps for others it is disrespectful to even discuss it. That is not our intention. They are saying this isn't about the prize, but yes, he should receive his prizing. But play fair also includes appropriate pre- and post-match conduct, especially when a player accepts recognition for winning in a broadcast. When we think about the suspensions, 6 months for Blitzchung is more appropriate, after which time he can compete in the Hearthstone Pro Circuit again if he chooses so. There is a consequence for taking the conversation away from the purpose of the event and disrupting or derailing the broadcast. With regard to the casters, remember their purpose is to keep the event focused on the tournament. That didn't happen here, and we are setting their suspension to 6 months as well. Moving forward, we will continue to apply tournament rules to ensure our official broadcasts remain focused on the game and are not a platform for divisive social or political views. Interesting choice of words there. But they are saying at Blizzard, we are always listening and finding ways to improve. It is part of our culture. Thank you for your patience with us as we continue to learn. I think that we all know we are only getting this piece of information in this statement at the end of the work week. It's because how much it has blown up. This is their attempt at calming the storm before BlizzCon, so what they announce isn't ruined. Obviously, going into BlizzCon, we could see very important things like the next Diablo game announced, besides the mobile game, of course, talked about more. It could have ruined their plans. This is one of the most important events of the year for them, but there was a couple of things that they did not address here, and one of them, one of the main and important ones here, was the tweet that they made on their Chinese social media accounts. They did not discuss the fact that they said that they would defend China's pride and the country's pride at all costs, and I'm pretty disappointed that they didn't, but obviously, I think that they should have. I honestly think everything here is good except the 6 months. It is just far too long, especially when the American players that did something very similar got nothing. I just think that they should have reversed everything for Blitzchung. I do understand that this is probably the best that they could have done because he did violate a contract. I understand that. He understood that when he did it. But this is going to piss off their Chinese investors that they say had nothing to do with their decision, even though it obviously did. And consumers won't think that this is enough. They're already getting ratioed on social media. People are already talking back saying this isn't good enough. And a company that is trying to appease everyone has pissed off everyone. But that is their statement. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below about it. Do you think this is an appropriate change of pace? Do you think he deserved the 6 months? Or do you think everything should have stayed in place and Blizzard should have backed up their original decision? If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to share it as this issue is very important, and give it a like if you enjoyed and a dislike if you did not. And I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.